உருக்கு சிறுத்தவளே என்ன குங்குமத்தில் கரைச்சவளே நெஞ்சில் மஞ்சள் தைச்சு கூடி கையில் என்ன கொஞ்சம் பூசு தாயே உன் பொருசுக்குள் மணியாக என்ன கொஞ்சம் மாத்து தாயே உருக்கு சிறுத்தவளே என்ன குங்குமத்தில் கரைச்சவளே நெஞ்சில் மஞ்சள் தைச்சு கூலி கையில் என்ன கொஞ்சம் பூசு தாயே உன் பொருசுக்குள் மணியாக என்ன கொஞ்சம் மாத்து தாயே நெஞ்சில் மஞ்சள் தைச்ச கூலி கையில் என்ன கொஞ்சம் பூசு தாயே உன் கொலுசுக்கு மணியாக என்ன கொஞ்சம் மாத்து தாயே
It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Well, I know this little chapel on the boulevard. Oh, come on, girl. Who cares if we're trash? Got a pocket full of cash we can blow. Shots of Patrol. And it's on, girl. Don't say no, 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 no. Just say yeah, 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 yeah. And we'll go, 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 go. If you're ready, like I'm ready. 'Cause it's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey baby, I think I wanna marry
We're here to celebrate the love between two amazing people, Yashi and Paul. My name is Harry, and this is the Mainthi, and we are the cousins of Paul. Yes, that's right, Paul. I think you can hear me, but you're stuck with us now.
This reminds me of Yashi's famous saying, you can't fire the family.
Therefore, that means we're free to say whatever we want. And the worst that can happen is that they deport the Mainthi back to the prison colony she came from.
Sure, Harry, pay me out. But at the end of the day, Yash definitely likes me more. Speaking of which, Yash looked absolutely beautiful today, as I'm sure all of you would agree. And of course, the wedding ceremony went perfectly.
But let's not forget about Paul. He looked like he had everything under control today. And as he said before the wedding, he really owned that thali tying. So now, without further ado, let's greet our wedding party and families.
Parents of the bride, Mr. and Mrs. Muttaya and Susila Yadindra.
Like the legend of the phoenix, all ends with beginnings.
Next up, we have the mother and sister of the groom, Christine and Rachel Koblitz.
Who we are. Let's raise the bar and I'll come to the sun.
Next, brother of the bride and family, Suji, Danisha, Balin and Vaishna Yadindra.
We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get lucky.
Now for the bridesmaids and groomsmen. First up, we have Michelle
And Dylan Dissanayaka.
What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up.
Joseph Barbero,
And Nelson Chance.
To the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night.
Barbara Zakis,
And Craig Durant.
To get lucky. We're up all night 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 to get. We're up all night to get.
and now for the maid of honor, Renita Aluwalia,
And best man, David Milstein.
We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get lucky.
and now everyone, put your hands together for the couple of the moment, Newlyweds,
Dr. and Dr. Paul and Yashi Koblitz.
She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling?
Okay, some quick housekeeping issues before we go on.
We have a premium bar tonight, and yes, it's open all night. Feel free to help yourselves because Paul and Yashi aren't serving drinks, no matter how nicely you ask them to.
That being said, there will be wine with dinner, but ask your server for any other drink that catches your fancy.
Please ensure that your place cards are visible so that servers can identify what food restrictions you have. For instance, mine says all meats.
And feel free to mingle, as we know that you only socialize at weddings.
We fully expect most of our cousins to mingle with the bartender for most of the night.
There will be a centerpiece game where you can win flowers to take home. Just remember that the vases are not to go home with you.
Be aware that the main thief will be watching you like a hawk.
Lastly, to ensure that everyone has an awesome night tonight, we're going to play the Yadindra drinking game. So during the speeches and festivities tonight, we need everyone to pay special attention. If any of the Yadindra clan starts to cry, where are they? They're in that section, in that table just there. If any of them start to cry, please take a sip from your drink, whether you're drinking water, juice, or maybe even a wine or beer. Remember, if all four cry, you have to shot your drink, your whole drink.
So now that that's done, let's get started. We would like to have Joe Barbero and Nelson Chan deliver the toast before food is served.
So my name is Nelson, and this is Joe, and we're here to make the toast. So I know Paul's been trying to lose weight for the last little while for this wedding, and so he's extremely hungry, I'm sure of that, so we'll make this nice and short.
We'd just like to raise a glass to the newlyweds. It was a beautiful afternoon, and I hope it will be a beautiful evening. We toast to Yashi and Paul, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
And make sure you all eat all your food, take all the calories in, because there's going to be lots of dancing this evening, okay? Build up your energy. Have a good evening.
First up to speak is the sister of the groom, Rachel Koblitz. Rachel is here from New York, where she works with the American Sommelier Association. To which I have to say, drinking wine for a living? Can I please have your job? Let everyone give her a big hand. Please welcome Rachel.
So, my name is Rachel, and I am Paul's sister. I just want to say, I think, first off, how completely delighted I am to be here. It's so awesome to see my brother getting married. And I actually want to thank Paul and Yashi for inviting us all here today to share your special day. And I want to thank Yashi's family, in particular Yashi's mom, who I know worked so hard to put all of this together, and what a great job she did. So, thank you. All right, now to the good stuff. So, as sister of the groom, I sort of feel like it's my duty to give you a little insight into what Paul was like as a child. So I did a lot of reminiscing, thought back, and tried to figure out what stories to tell you. And one thing really became kind of overwhelmingly clear to me, and that was, and I say this with the utmost love and respect, we were giant weirdos. No joke, we were really, really weird children. And I think I always knew this, but it really only became clear to me when I kind of looked back at my speech and looked at how many stories I had to cut from my speech for being too weird. But I can give you one little example. When Paul and I were little children, we had special names for each other. And Paul's name, and this kind of goes with one of the themes of the evening, Paul's name was Chubby. And my name was Cheap. So together we were Chubby and Cheap. I have no idea where this came from, but Chubby and Cheap, they had a little theme song. Paul, do you remember the theme song? It went a little like this. Chubby and cheap, chubby and cheap. Chubby, 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 chubby and cheap. I sang this to a coworker of mine before I came, and she was like, "That's the Winnie the Pooh theme song." And I was like, "What? No, it's Chubby and Cheap. Come on." Anyway, so you can think of Chubby as Batman and Cheap was his Robin. We had a lot of fun together, did a lot of weird things together, and definitely got into a lot of trouble together. When my family first moved to Canada, we lived in a little town called Fort St. John in northern British Columbia. We lived in this nice little house on a nice little neighborhood, complete with tennis courts and wide open fields, and 20 minutes walk down the road, a Safeway. So one day when we were 5 and 6 years old, Paul decided it was a good idea to sneak out of the house while my parents were playing tennis and go on a great adventure. And yes, that's right, I'm putting it all on you. So Paul was always quite adventurous and independent, and of course I always followed him. So out we snuck of the house, and we snuck by the tennis courts and through the field, and we literally walked down this busy road for 20 minutes until we made it to the Safeway parking lot. Now, I don't know about you, but I really don't see a lot of 5 and 6-year-olds walking around the streets by themselves. So I'm not quite sure why we decided that was a good idea, but we did, and that was the kind of weird stuff that we did. So we probably would have gotten away with this too had it not been for a schoolmate's parent who happened to be driving by and kind of like slowed down and rolled down the window and looked at us and said, "Do your parents know where you are?" And I think us being the tiny geniuses that we are, we sort of stopped and said something like, "We're getting a surprise for our mom. Can you not tell our parents?" Needless to say, she went straight home and told our parents. So, but didn't drive us home. Yeah, left us to walk back to the house. So I joke about being geniuses. However, Paul, as some of you know, is and always has been a very smart cookie. Always top of his class, a wizard at chess. I don't know if you knew that. Winner of many a math competition in high school. So a very smart guy. And in 2000, when a lot of our friends were kind of sticking around near home to go to college, Paul, being the adventurer that he is, actually won a Millennium Scholarship, right? That's what it was called, right? Millennium? Won a Millennium Scholarship, which is pretty special, and got a full ride and crossed the country to go to Queen's University. So that's pretty awesome. Clap, clap, clap. And you know what? I'm for one am really thankful that he took that kind of adventure, because that is the path that led him to University of Toronto, and that's the path that led him to Yashi, and ultimately that's the path that led us all here tonight to celebrate Paul and Yashi. So, thank gosh. Take your drinks, finish your drinks. So I don't really know Yashi all that well. The first time that I met Yashi was 4 months ago in April, when my mom and I came for the weekend to visit. And, you know, I have to say that it really didn't take much more than a weekend to convince me that Paul had met his match in Yashi. From what I can see, she's as smart as Paul is, if not smarter. She's as adventurous as he is, if not more adventurous. She's funny. She's kind-hearted. And again, I say this with the utmost love and respect, just the right amount of weird. So I think I speak for my mother and myself when I say that, Paul, it is so delightful to see you so happy. And I think we could not be happier to welcome you, Yashi, into our family. And to Yashi, you and to all of your family, and really the whole community here, honestly, we could not be more grateful for the way that you have welcomed Paul and welcomed us into your family. So thank you, everybody. And with that, I have nothing to drink, but my speech says I would like to raise a glass. So let us all raise a glass to Paul and Yashi. May you have many, many happy adventures together as husband and wife. And may all of us be lucky enough to share some of them with you as your friends and your family. To Paul and Yashi.
So next up is a man who has traveled many miles to witness the marriage of his baby sister. Amongst his many feats, his most impressive is being the first to cry at today's wedding. Sujiana, I thought after 38 years,
Plus or minus a few years.
you wouldn't still be such a literally giant crybaby in the family.
Thank you
Please
very much.
welcome Suji Yadindra.
I have a co-speaker with me. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing ceremony this morning, and an amazing evening planned. Don't Paul and Yashi look absolutely fabulous? For those of you who don't know, and now it's been pointed out, I cry everywhere. I cry at movies, I cry at funerals, I don't even know the people, I cry. I cry when I make wedding speeches, and I cry today already. So I'm probably gonna drink eventually. First of all, I'd like to say how amazing it is to see such a large number of our friends and family and everybody here today. Would you like to say something? No, okay. Thank you to everybody who traveled such great distances to be here today, for only a few days in some cases. Our grandmother, our wonderful friends, cousins, aunts, uncles. It means so much to Paul, Yashi, and our entire family. A special thank you to our parents for everything that they have done. For those of you who don't know, Yashi and I grew up together in Hong Kong and Canada. And due to our age difference, I think she will tell you that I intimidated her a little bit. And there's one story that many of you already know, but I'm going to tell you again for the 100th time. Yeah, the sleeping in the bus. Yashi was in kindergarten, and I was in junior high school. And we were in the same private school. And so we had to take the bus together. Now, the Canadian school bus etiquette is that the younger you are, the more towards the front of the bus you sit. And so the older kids sit at the back of the bus. Now, unfortunately for me, right, I was responsible for taking Yashi to school and bringing her back in one piece. And so every day during the bus journey, Yashi would fall asleep, and she would drool on the poor child sitting next to her. This caused lots of anxiety with the children, parents, and so on and so forth, because it left stains on their clothes. So with the numerous complaints, it was decided that Yashi would come back to the back of the bus to sit with me. That was very cool for me, being in junior high school, with my little kindergarten sister at the back of the bus. Not that I was cool to begin with, anyway. So it culminated with essentially Yashi and I going to school one day, and I obviously we were pulling up near our stop, and I said to Yashi, I said, I'm going to put you down for a second. He's getting really big. Okay. it culminated with essentially me waking up Yashi and saying to her, you know, this is our stop. We're getting off now. And I proceeded to get her lunch bucket, and I walked off the bus, across the street, and then the bus driver was honking. I had forgotten Yashi on the bus. She was still asleep. So I had to go back and get her. And so then he said, you know, this can't happen. You have to move to the front of the bus with the kindergarten kids and everybody else. So that did a lot for my reputation as well. Anyway, there was many a time when I would intimidate Yashi after that at home. And to this day, I can still intimidate her by doing a certain face, which I won't do today. But I think she has some mental scarring from that. But that's okay. Sorry. So after that, anyway, Yashi took off academically and with athletics, and it culminated at North Park High School, where she was both Female Athlete of the Year, and she got a scholarship to the University of Western Ontario. And to this day, there's always some type of sports equipment in the back of her car. If you can ever open her trunk and not find sports equipment, you know, that's pretty special, because she's always got something in there, even if it's a tennis ball. And I could say that honestly, that besides basketball, and even that's questionable today, she would probably destroy me at every other sport known to man. Normally when we visit, Yashi has 100 things to do, and we never get time to rest. She's like, let's go play sports. She even dragged me out to a football game once where I injured my thumb. And Joe tried to pass me the ball like 10 times, and I missed it. You know, I never have time to rest when we come over to town. But that brings me to Paul, because recently they came to England to visit myself and my family, and literally it was the most restful trip that you know, or restful time that I've ever had with Yashi in my entire life. So I absolutely love Paul, because I've only known him for a few months, but he's everything I've ever wanted in a brother-in-law. You know, she's not running around like a headless chicken anymore, which is great. She's really chilled out and relaxed, and she's really happy. And it's so nice to see the interaction between them. And if you ever get a chance to see them together, it is really a beautiful thing. No crying today. I promised everybody I wasn't going to cry today. And I also know that anytime I visit Paul and Yashi from now on, there will be an endless supply of Diet Coke in the fridge, which is great. I just want to say, Paul, thank you for, you know, looking after Yashi so well. I know that you've taken a chore that essentially from you know, people like Renita and Michelle and Joe, obviously. You know, it is really nice to see how you guys are together, and it is I'm very thankful to be here at your special day, and I just want to say a toast to Paul and Yashi. Wish you a lifetime of happiness and love. All right. Cheers, everybody. All right. Sorry, I don't have it. It's fine. All right. Where's Harry?
So just a warm-up round to get started. First question, who is older? Okay, good. Good, just a test. Okay, now let's get started. When you first met, who made the first move? Please take a drink, everybody.
Who is the better driver?
Please take a drink. Who has been in more car accidents? Oh, yay.
Who studied the hardest in school?
Please take a drink. Who is smarter? Oh. Please take a drink.
Who is better at keeping surprises?
Please take a drink. Who is more adventurous? Yay!
Who is more likely to get injured?
Who is more likely to be running late?
Who is the better dresser?
Come on, you guys. Let's see. Yay! Who is better looking? Oh. Please take a drink.
Who said I love you first?
Aww. Who spends more money?
Who will be in control of the remote?
Please take a drink. Who is more likely to get lost? Please take a drink.
Who is more likely to ask for directions?
Please take another sip. Who is messier?
Who has the smelliest feet?
Last question. Right now, who do you love more than anyone in the world? Yay! Please take one last sip. Thank you, everybody.
Next, we have a little competition that was between the bride and the groom and assorted others who we'll hear about. Please let me introduce some of the cousins of the bride.
Motherin, Reuben,
Aaron.
So we all know that Paul and Suji are larger-than-life individuals in more ways than one.
What do you mean?
They are carrying a lot of weight. Peresa Vandi, especially you, Chubby.
So in May, when Chubby came to the UK, Yashi and Danisha, Suji's wife, decided to make a wager with them whether they could lose 7 kilos before the wedding.
So, if the boys didn't, then the girls would have to do a forfeit. But if they didn't, then the boys would have to do the forfeit.
So after many months of dieting, gymming, and sessions at the sauna, the weigh-in happened last night.
And the winner is the girls. However, we've been requested to mention that Paul actually made weight. I'm very, very sorry, Sujiana. I'm very sorry.
Let us down, Suji.
So, without further ado, can we have Paul and Suji on the dance floor, please? DJ, spin the track.
hear next from the best man, Dave Milstein. Dave and Paul go way back to when they met at Queens Wait, Queens? Paul went to Queens? Yashi, are you aware of that? Like, really? It's okay. I guess, like, not everyone's perfect. And as a Western grad, I would know about perfection. Please welcome Paul, everyone. Sorry, Dave.
So I've known Paul for a long time, and our relationship is actually pretty easy to quantify. We can boil it down to 3 easy-to-remember components, which are the Microsoft Xbox, ice cream sandwiches, and iced tea. Outside of that, what can I say about Paul? Considering there are children here, not too much, so I'll mainly speak to his character. I've always respected Paul. He's a very strong person. The rarest thing about him is he always does the right thing. No matter how hard it is, he sticks to what he says. For example, one of the first times Paul and I hung out together, we were just chilling in his apartment, playing video games, and I noticed he had some ice cream sandwiches in the refrigerator. So I asked him, I said, hey, do you mind if I have one? And he said, sure, Dave, go nuts. So I thought to myself, all right, Paul, I'll go nuts. And I ate the entire container. It was completely full, all 12 or 18, however many there were. I ate the whole thing. And after watching silently in amazement throughout the whole process, Paul turned and he said to me, Dave, I will never tell you to go nuts about anything ever again. And he stayed to that throughout our friendship. He's honest, he's loyal, he's dependable, he's always helps his friends whenever he can. After meeting your family, it's easy to see that you come by these traits honestly, and they'll serve you well in your relationship with Yashi, and I hope it'll blossom as you begin your married lives together. For Yashi, you were a vision today. Paul's a very lucky man. It was a pleasure meeting your family. You come from such a rich culture and a tightly knit family. I really look forward to spending more time with you as the year goes by. However, if you get a little tired of Paul's antics, you can always send him back to me for more ice cream sandwiches and video games if you just need a quick break. For the groomsmen, thanks for taking care of Paul when he left Kingston and came to U of T to do his med school. I appreciate it. For the bridesmaids, thank you for helping Yashi prepare for today and helping her throughout. Through my own wedding, I realized how hard you work. So take it from me, I really appreciate it. Yashi appreciates it. So to finish off, just a quick toast for Paul and Yashi. If you can raise your glasses. May you both continue to love each other, grow together, experience new things. Here's to you guys. Cheers.